Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigerian news. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you and we'll say God bless you for subscribing. If you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button below. And now the news in details. Nigeria's economy is not working under Buhari. Dangote cries out. Business mogul and Africa's richest man Alhaji Aliko Dangote yesterday gave a poignant verdict on efforts by successive governments to transform the nation's economy, saying that Nigeria's economy is not working. This is as even as he said Nigeria's economic diversification programs has been largely sluggish and elusive, warning that the risks are huge if Nigeria fails to fast-track the diversification of our economy. Dangote spoke Wednesday at the ongoing roundtable panel with the CBN Governor Mr. Godwin Emefiele, with the team going for Growth 2.0. The business mogul said, "My heart bleed when I read that Nigeria's customs collected 1.35 trillion naira import duties last year. It means the economy is not working. If the economy is working, the customs shouldn't collect that much money. It is the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS) that should." The president of the Dangote Group, who expressed concern over the impact of the current drop in international oil prices, said the time to diversify is now as Nigeria is already running late. He identified agriculture and manufacturing sectors as the hub round which the nation's economic diversification should be hinged to achieve the goal of sustainable national development. Dangote clarified, "We can diversify the economy through agriculture and manufacturing. Manufacturing creates a lot of jobs, creates middle class and transform families. These are the areas where we need to focus on. But how do you diversify into manufacturing and make it an inclusive growth? You need to do more of backward integrations or import substitution. Our economy is great because we have a local market. The economy of Asia is focused on export, but we have a domestic market with our about 200 million populations apart from the ECOWAS market. Our import last year was almost $47 billion. It is not sustainable. We cannot have 200 million people growing at an average 2.7%, and we are importing most of the things we consume," the industrialist said. According to him, we need to be more serious so we don't keep talking about diversification. It has been very elusive. I don't know why. It is possible, but people are not focusing on, he said. Noting that Nigeria has significant advantages in manufacturing, the African richest man advised that talks during the roundtable should generate workable solutions to the nation's industrial challenges. Dangote also lamented that the poor facilities leading to the seaport remained economic drain as it continued to impacting cost of doing businesses, adding that the government should look into the cost of doing business in view of the implications for investment and the nation's GDP. He said, "Government lost so much money last year in the traffic lodge jams of Akpakpa. Our three companies lost 30 billion naira in profit, which also means government will collect less tax from us. So we need to look in infrastructure. We need to look at power because without power there won't be growth. That is what will propel MSMEs to grow and be everywhere and spur manufacturing," he said. "It's not impossible to diversify. We need low interest rates. We have achieved to some extent. We need long-term funds, and we need CBN support to assess forex for the import of machineries, he noted. He used the opportunity to speak on some of his investments that would have significant impact on Nigerians' forex. He said because of his investment in cement production, Nigeria by this year will be the richest exporters of cement in Africa. We are building 10 rice factories, which by this year we will produce 1 million tons of rice, he said. On petroleum, he said, once his petrochemical plant starts producing this year, Nigeria will be largest exporter of petroleum products in Africa. He also said for the first time Nigeria will be the largest exporter of fertilizers in sub-Saharan Africa, linking the feat to backward integration policies of his group. So guys, what is your own take about what Dangote said? We all know everything that is going on in Nigeria. It's a pity that Nigeria is like this, But the issue is that the federal government has backing and accepting responsibility of massive amount of money they borrowed abroad. And part of the reasons being that many businesses were destroyed to make sure they retain the monopoly. So it is now clear to them that only them can never strengthen the Nigerian economy because they are the one that destroy Nigerian economy right now. They have a lot of things they have a lot of debt already. And for Nigeria to rise up again, it takes the grace of God. It takes the grace of God. And that's the problem. And the issue is that Buhari is not an economist at all. Because if Buhari is actually an economist, Nigerian system will not be like this. Nigerian leaders will not be borrowing money from one place to another. They should be able to know how to manage what they have. And Nigerians, we are talented. We all know that. We are full of wisdom. We are full of knowledge. There are a lot of things that we could actually create on our own. Nigerians can produce a lot of things on their own. But I see no reason why they need to import some goods from other country to our country. And we know that we can do better. We can do better. But it's just so uncalled for that all this thing is going on in Nigeria right now. It's just so uncalled for. And the issue is that even Dangote himself is actually doing his own job. Trust me, saying that they should not import whatever they need to import to Nigeria. Maybe he actually wants to take over the goods and all that. We all know that Dangote is one of the richest in Nigeria right now. And that's the thing. And somebody said that Dangote is an idiot, very stingy, very stingy. The problem Nigeria is facing today all is from Dangote. Bad road, inflation, scarcity of goods, name, whatever, are all Dangote's fault. And he have guts to talk about his government. I blame EFCC for this. They ought to have investigated him and his activities. The only thing that I don't like about all these richest people in Nigeria is that being the richest man, they don't have any tangible impact on Nigerian government right now. When you go to other countries like UK, countries like United States, you can see that most of their richest men and women in the country, they actually make an impact on US citizens. Is it that they donate money, or is it that they take charge of all those high schools and middle schools, pay for their school fees, or is it that they take charge of the health care and all that? They always make a tangible impact that people will keep referring to them. And that is one thing they do in other countries. But what is the case? What is the case of Nigeria's richest man, all these richest men and women? It's hard for us to hear such thing. The only thing is that they will start spending those money anyhow. But for them to help a common man, it's not their own. It's not their own. And now this guy is talking about importing and exporting and all that. We all know that Dangote is the one producing cement in Nigeria. It's the one producing rice. A lot more that this guy is actually producing. But what impact has it made on Nigeria, on the common man Nigerian citizens? And it's just so shameful. And now this man is talking, though we all know that he's actually saying the truth, of course, but he is actually coming out and saying something that he knows that he's guilty of it. He knows that he's guilty of it, trust me. And they said that Nigerian government has channeled everything to you. Personal pockets, you control cement, come up, you close the companies, the same government gives you license for rice. You are the chief rotted, stop fooling us. Though Nigeria actually gave him a lot of chances when we look at everything right now. So guys, what do you think? What is your own take about this? Kindly drop your comment at the comment section. God bless you once again. Bye.